Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to make a ring, and to do that I have 20 gauge silver plated round wire, and this is cut at 12 inches. I have 26 gauge copper wire, and this is cut at 48 inches, and I have folded it in half. And you could use whatever. You could use silver if you want. I just like to mix my metals. I think rose gold would be really pretty too. I have a ring mandrel. You could use anything that's circular and would be the proper size for you. I have a leather hammer, which is optional. You could also use a rubber hammer. I have a pair of chain nose pliers, a wire cutter, and we may need nylon pliers. That's all we need. Okay, to begin, I am just going to lay my 20 gauge wire on my ring mandrel, and I can't tell you whether you should size it the exact size or you should size up or down. For some reason I can never get that straight. Sometimes mine are bigger than I made them, sometimes they're smaller, but I'm going to put mine at a 5. And just bring these wires over. Like that. Now let's remove our wire from our mandrel and just kind of hold everything in place here. And I'm going to put my 26 gauge wire through the center of this wire ring we just made. And I'm just going to bring it over. Now realize that 48 inches is a lot of wire to work with, but once we get this part done, it's not difficult to do. So still holding everything, let's go ahead and wrap around this band again. And push these together, see where we're at. Okay, now let's begin to wrap around just this one wire by itself. Now wrap until you get, I don't know, about an inch or so from the end. Okay, I have wrapped all the way down to, I don't know, an inch, maybe a tiny bit over an inch from the end. And I'm going to cut this wire, but I'm going to leave a bit of a tail here just in case I need to unwrap some of this. My wire cutters are just about shot. There we go. Okay, now let's work on the other side. So let's go through our ring again with our 26 gauge wire. And let's tighten this up a little. There we go. And I'm going to go through again. And I think that's good. I think we can just start wrapping this single wire by itself. So go ahead and wrap this one and leave about an inch from the end. Alright, I am finished wrapping this side, and this is where my wire ended, so didn't do a very good job of getting that in the middle. But I'm going to put this back on my mandrel just so that I have something to hold it. And look, now my ring is like 6.5, but that's okay. And now we're just going to make a wire rose. So I'm just going to bring my wires around, and you can hold this if you want to. I just have a hard time holding on to it with my fingers, so this is the way I do it. Okay, now let's twist our wires. And you can twist them as tight or as loose as you want. So we start wrapping the rose, it's not really going to stay in this twist, really. Okay, now let's just start forming our rose. Just like you would if we didn't have all this 26 gauge wire wrapped around the 20 gauge. That made for a really big rose, didn't it? That's okay. Now, I need to separate these wires, and I need it to be just bare wire here. So, apparently, I didn't plan this one out very well. That's okay, we're going to make it work. Bring this one around. And that's what I meant by we may have to unwrap some. Well, let me see. I wonder if I can get this around and still have enough to wrap here. Oh yeah, we're good. There we go. And this one. May have to unwrap some of that, but we will see. So let's take our ring off of the mandrel. Now we're just going to wrap this wire around the band of the ring. And you wrap this around as many times as you want, or as many times as your wire will allow you. And it looks off right now, but that's okay. We're going to fix that. Okay, I'm going to snip this here so that when I finish this, that cut part will be at the top or the side of the ring and will not be inside the ring. Okay. Now this one, I've got to decide whether I want to unwrap some of it. I kind of feel like I do. So, I just don't want any of this coiled wire to go around the band because I'm not sure how comfortable that would be. No, take off a little bit more. Okay, I'm alright with that. So let's just go ahead and wrap this around the band just like we did the other side. So go ahead and get that wrapped. Okay, now to deal with these little 26 gauge wires, all we're going to do is trim them as far down on that 20 gauge wire as we can. And they will just go away. So here is our rose. It's kind of a big rose. But you know, if you want a thicker band, you can just cut enough 20 gauge where you can wrap around your mandrel a couple more times. If you want a larger rose, just make sure that you cut enough of the 20 gauge wire to make that happen and enough of the 26. And if you want a smaller rose, you can just stop wherever you want to stop and then unwrap any wire that's in your way. Okay, let's finish this up. Now, I have like a flat edge on the back of my ring because this mandrel has this channel running through it. So when I put this back on, I'm going to put the rose through there rather than the band. Now I'm just going to tap this with my leather hammer. Just get it stretched. And it looks like it's almost true to size. It's a little bit larger than a 5, I think. Oh yeah, we're getting down to a 5.5 now. But there we are, we are all done. Now if you want, you can, if there's something about the shape that you don't like, you can take your nylon pliers and squeeze and squish and fix it the way you want, but I like it the way it is, so I'm going to leave mine like that. And that is all done. I don't know what, it's a 5, so let's put it on my ring finger. So 5 is what I wear. So there we go. Sweet little wire wrapped rose. And I like this design so much. I think I'm going to do a series on this. I think I'm going to do a necklace, a bracelet, and an ear cuff, doing this rose the exact same way. So look out for those videos if you like this one. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching.